I'm British and a lord.
Hey, welcome back to Wessin The World. Just here, just chilling, catching some rays, eating some popsicles, pancakes. Alright. So yeah, there's one thing that I do every morning when I get out of bed and shower, and I say to myself that I am loving awareness. Now what I do when I say this, I am loving awareness. So the brain is a powerful thing. If you tell the brain something using the mouth, it listens. If the brain says something in itself and it listens to what it said, it won't listen to that. You have to speak it. It's very strange. So if you speak it, the mind will listen. I am loving awareness. You'll identify with the energy that raises you up, not the matter that weighs you down. It'll free your mind from self-conscious thoughts, and it'll free your mind from identifying with the skin that you're in, which is never a good thing. It's not sustainable. Are you for joining me?
Yes! Sorry about that, guys. Welcome back to Wessin The World. I'm Wes, and I'm currently in your world. I'm currently in the world that we all share. But obviously we're only able to look at it at the moment and to appreciate the beautiful sunny days that we don't get to actually enjoy. Or you can enjoy it on your own, just you and nature. Work on your relationship with nature. But anyway, we're getting off this. The reason why I wanted to make this video is because there was a question that came at me, and it was like a big question, and I had to really think about it. I had to really think, what's my official stance on this? So with everything that's going on in the world right now, there's a lot of things that I don't agree with, but I accept. And this is a big thing I realized with a lot of people, is that they think that by accepting what's going on in the world, they're at the same time agreeing with it. Now, there's going to be a lot of things during your life that you don't agree with, but you have to accept. This is a fundamental fact of just being alive. How do you ignore what's going on in the world that's bad? And the way that I do it is that I have to accept that there's going to be 50% good and 50% bad in the world. I have to, because, you know, it's my core belief structure. It's proven in nature. Even in nature, nature's not all good. It's growth. It's equal parts death and equal parts life. It's equal of everything, because that's entropy. Something comes into life, experiences life, then goes away. It's non-permanent. So, and death isn't a bad thing. Life isn't a good thing. It's everything has intrinsic value. Death is good for some things, life is good for some things, but neither one are the best. Everything's on a level. So we have to accept that there's going to be some tyranny that happens in the world to offset all the good that happens in the world. Because if everything good happened, we'd zip through evolution very quickly without any form of direction at all. But what we need death to do is in some way sharpen the genetic journey, so that the next generation were better than the last generation. But you needed to kill the last generation in order to make way for this newer generation that's prepared with all of the environmental capabilities and attributes that one needs to go into the new generation. So there may be a lot of things in this world that you don't agree with, but you have to accept them. And this is going to play a heavy role if you get into meditation, because when you get into meditation, you have to leave the world that you think you know behind. Even if you feel like you have a very sturdy idea about what the world is, about what people are, about what all this stuff is. Even the idea of meditation, I learned 6 months, say, into my meditation, I realized that I had an idea about meditation, and I had an idea about what it does, and I was taking that idea into my meditations, and it was messing me up. And don't ever feel like when you're repeating the 2 words doing transcendental meditation, you're in 10 minutes. You have to let go of your idea of what you think meditation's going to give you, because that's still a concept that's in your mind, and it's still clogging up your ability to sink deeper within yourself, to go deeper than concepts, to go deeper than language. So we're just going to do a little meditation now, just like a quick 5-minute meditation. I realised just how little meditation I actually do put into my videos. So it's just going to be, the videos from now on are going to be a little bit more meditation based, not so much rant based. And yes, this shirt is way too small for me. I mean, I look good, but I look like I'm trying to look better. It's like, you look good, but you look like you're trying a lot. Yeah, no, just put it on, and it felt comfortable, but I don't know if I feel comfortable advertising this level of insecurity. But yeah, anyway, so we're just going to do a meditation and just going to let go of everything, even our idea about meditation, because we're not even doing meditation, because what it is that we're doing is eons old practice, and probably never initially was called meditation anyway. So we're going to remove that as a concept, remove that as a word, and we're just going to sink into ourselves. My hands are going to be laced like this, and just in my lap. I'm going to relax my shoulders. I'm going to relax my face. I would like you to just close your eyes and just listen to my voice. Now, as we're alone in our minds, I just want you to just be observant. This is stereotypical of every meditation class. You just sit, and technically you just wait. You wait until the mind is tired of being bored and realizes that you're here for peace of mind, to silence your mind, and that'll eventually happen. So what you want to do is just repeat 2 words: Om, So, Om, So, Om, So, Om, So, Om, So. Now in your mind, in the rhythm of your breath, so Om, and then breathe out, So. And as we're saying this in our mind sounds very noisy, there's a lot of thoughts going on, shooting through. That's absolutely fine. That's what we've come to expect. You don't have to control the voices, you don't have to control the images, you don't have to control any of that. All you have to do is, in the middle of it, just say Om and So, and just observe how your mind tries to take you away from the words. Just observing. So praying is talking to God. Meditation is listening. So what we're doing is we're listening without hearing. We're just listening to sounds like music, not identifying it, but just going along with it. Just focusing on any specific pains in the body and just being aware of them. Not trying to sort them out or trying to heal them in any way. Just trying to understand them. Taking a step back and trying to understand the mind. Still repeating those words. Letting the words guide your breath, or the breath guide your words. It's just sort of like sweeping your mind clean. You go back and forth with the brush. Om, So. And we're just letting our consciousness, letting our attention sink back. And we're going to sink into ourselves, back into the source of what we are. the energy of what we are. That can be collected either in your brain or in your chest. And once you've reached a state of physical bliss, your body should be tingling, because your mind is now identifying with the energy that you are, rather than the body that you carry. And the beginning process of relaxing the mind by breathing the way you want to feel. If you control the breath, you control the mood. And what we're going to do, we're just going to sort of slightly come back, but not entirely. We're going to keep our minds in the awareness state, opening our eyes and looking at the shapes and colours as if for the first time. Now I can see a tree, but without labelling it, just remove all the labels. Like you're experiencing it for the first time. Cast your mind back to being a child. Just bring back some of the wonder and curiosity. And instead of looking at the objects, look at the connection between the objects. It may be invisible, but the processes of nature are often very obvious. You may just want to look around and just unconsciously, but very consciously, be observant. And the problem with the brain is, and we're slightly coming back, just getting just slightly feeling a little bit more present. Because what we did there, we just became absolute awareness, absolute calm, absolute pure consciousness, observing the world. And it helps you to just accept what is and get rid of what isn't anymore. The problem with our brain is we try to fight for the things that we're losing. And that's not a problem. Well, it is a problem in the end. But you only lose those things faster the more you hold on, the harder you grasp. We only lose the things we grasp onto, as Buddha would say. So we just need to be more lucid, more adaptive. And it's more enjoyable, it's more exciting. Things are constantly changing. And they are. Relationships are constantly changing. Relationships are constantly getting better, then getting worse, and then getting better again. But it's okay, because this is the way things go. They get worse, they get better. But just know that you are grateful to be part of the overall experience of life, because you can't appreciate here unless you've been here. And you get this, you see this a lot of things with sort of rich people, have a lot of money, they have no real needs anymore because they've satisfied their needs. And you could sort of sense that they're losing their humanity in a little way. because they've brought themselves out of the struggle of just being alive. So you have to accept the highs, you have to accept the lows, if you want to experience the highs, the yin yang of life, the balance of nature and its processes, because your body is a process. It is nature. There is no separation between nature. I've said this before, you either trust nature or you don't trust nature, because I am nature. I trust nature. And you have to treat your body like plants, trees, things like this. You have to treat them with care. You can't treat them like robots and get them to work overtime and without sleep and without water. We have to look after these vital resources. It's an incredibly vital resource that you have. You're an incredibly rare specimen as a human being. There's 6 billion, 7 billion, 9 billion, however billion on this planet. But in our solar system, there's probably one person per planet if you spread everyone out in the solar system. Or in the Milky Way. But yes, thank you very much for joining me. This has just been like a little meditation class. You may have noticed the change in my just demeanour, my personality, just through going through that short meditation. It brings me into the present in a way that I'm able to accept what is, and then once I've set what is and I've accepted that, then I can go into the world and gain new information, gain new experiences. And that's just what meditation allows me to do. It allows me to have a clear mind, so that when I go engage into the subjects, in situations, experiences, I'm not thinking about the last situation. I'm not thinking about the guilt. I'm not thinking about, guilt from particular situations from way back, because I've already forgiven myself for that. I've apologised countless times for everything that I've done. If you still hold yourself accountable, and you should, but you shouldn't suffer at the hands of that. You shouldn't let other people be the key to your own freedom. And when someone does hold the key and they won't forgive you, you can often feel trapped. You can often feel like the guilt just weighs you down, and it builds over time. But you have to be able to say you're sorry for what you've done, even if you're not too sure what you've done. Because if you're sad that you've hurt someone that you love, and you apologise, and that's not felt, as long as you feel like you've apologised, as long as you truly know that you did something wrong and you are regretful of that, then that's all that matters. Unfortunately, if you can't help that person any longer, then that's the end of that. But you can't carry on with this guilt and have it weigh you down if you want to have any type of enjoyable life. So, to do the meditation, integrate it into your life. I'm really bad at integrating it into my life. I do as and when I have the time, and even if I'm in a particularly bad mind frame, that's when I use it. But doing it every day, morning and night, just 10 minutes or 20 minutes if you can, if you like it, just to order your thoughts and to accept what is. Bring yourself into the present, accept what is. Bring yourself out of the future, accept what is, and then take every step as a new step. Thank you very much for joining me. I've been Wes, I've been in your world, and don't stress, stay blessed. You never know what's next. And it's exciting. It's not scary.